It was flying alongside my car, just outside my left window, moving like a large hummingbird. It was about 6 to 8 inches long. It happened twice around the same time. What I noticed was that the body was very plump, and again, 6 to 8 inches. There was like no tail, and it flew like a hummingbird. It was moving very quickly, and I noticed that the wings were large like hummingbird wings. I was driving and could not focus on any details. And honestly, I have no idea what it was, but I also don't know what fairies are. So what are door knockers? Countless of people have experienced a phenomenon of 3 knocks on their door with no one there. According to this, a group of 3 robbed figures believed in many Philippines to knock on doors in the middle of the night, bringing bad omens. In 1998, at around 3 a.m., this user says that she was sound asleep and she heard 3 very loud knocks. Looking through the peephole, she didn't see anybody there. What's really eerie and chilling is that the door is inside a gated community with 6-foot-high brick walls. No one could have run off without being seen or heard. If they were to climb the gate, you would have been able to hear it. You guys have been so awesome at dissecting creepy videos with me, so here's another one. Tell me, what is this? The wind? Gravity? A ghost? Hello, welcome back to dissecting weird things with me. So I found this post on Tumblr that said that this photo will give you anxiety. So let's take a look. I'm going to give you guys a couple of seconds to take a look, but yeah, tell me what you think. Did it give you anxiety? What did you find? We all have had a strange obsession with vampires. They reflect everything that we want in humans. And we just leave it at that, right? Here's a weird tale of someone that took it a step further. There was this vampire cult back in the mid-90s that inspired a lot of films that we know today. Now, the vampire cult was actually based off of Rod Ferrell. And surprisingly, Rod Ferrell was pretty young, and I think even now he's like in his 30s, 40s. They were responsible for doing home invasions, and I believe killing a couple of people. Rod Ferrell was 16 years old when he started this. I believe that he was a 500-year-old vampire. Ferrell ended up killing Naomi Ruth and Richard Wendorf. Once they, killed this couple, they fled the scene and they fled to Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Police were able to get them or, find them. What do you think of this vampire clan cult leader, vampire clan serial killer? Yeah, let me know. One of the most bizarre urban legends is the Lafayette vampire. You see, back in the late 1800s to early 1900s, Lafayette was a mining town. It attracted men from all over the world looking for a mining job. Some workers came from foreign lands, including the man who was known as the Lafayette vampire. Supposedly he was a miner, and that part of the world always has a certain history behind it, particularly the Dracula story and everything. You see, Glava was known to be from Transylvania. A tree supposedly mysteriously grew from the grave where his heart would have been, and people wondered if there was a stake driven through his heart because they thought he was a vampire. One of the graveyard caretakers found a type of voodoo doll placed there to keep the vampire from rising again. While it's very certain that perhaps there might have been some prejudice behind the story, you can't help but think it's very eerie and interesting to learn about the history of Glava. One of the most bizarre urban legends is here's some celebrities that had strange experiences with UFOs and other paranormal activities. Dan Aykroyd is known to star in some funny movies like Ghostbusters. However, he has a long-running history of talking about UFOs and talking about the Men in Black. He was actually going to make a show, and it got canceled because it was about UFOs and other paranormal things, and he claims that it was the Men in Black that were running behind the scenes trying to get his show canceled. Next on our list is Tom DeLonge. You may know him from Blink-182, Angels and Airwaves. He has a huge fascination with aliens as well, and he's talked about also the dangers of Area 51. You can kind of see up here the statement regarding potentially Men in Black or something else. The Kar Jenner family has talked about seeing UFOs as well as talking about their experiences at Kris Jenner's house and how the shower turned on its own, how they would hear footsteps when no one was there. That's all the time I have for now. Like and follow if you want more content like this. A couple years ago, a news channel in Iowa did a story on the Men in Black.
Our top story tonight, Men in Black trench coats jumping out and cars driving it.
All right, so In popular culture, UFO conspiracy theories have said that the men in black are people who dress in black suits and they harass and threaten people who have been UFO witnesses, and they try to keep them hush-hush. In addition, they are also linked to Bigfoot and Black-Eyed Kid links, but I don't know, that might just be something off the grid. Do you believe in the Men in Black phenomenon? Let me know in the comment section. Alright, my UFO fanatics, hang tight because I have a video for you. So this video went viral on TikTok, and I actually started thinking about this YouTube video that I watched not too long ago, and how eerily similar the descriptions are, and how they happen at different times, years apart. Now, I really wanted to know more about this, so if you guys have seen similar descriptions of this UFO sighting, let me know in the comment section. Now, I often thought about how mass hysteria affects people, and a lot of the times there's really no real definition as to what caused it. Today I wanted to touch base on a creature that has been known to either be a curse or has been known to be a product of mass hysteria. The creature is known to stand on 2 hoof feet and has a very long neck with the head of a goat. It has short arms with claws, large bat-like wings. During the week of 1909, hundreds of people have been claimed to have seen the Jersey Devil. Newspapers were flooded with this creature and description, and very quickly this was considered a mass hysteria $10,000 award for anyone that caught the creature. Most recent sighting, it was in 2015, but I'm sure that there's more posts that you can find on Reddit with more latest sightings of the Jersey Devil. My question is, have you seen the Jersey Devil, or do you believe in it? Let me know in the comment section. Welcome to talking about celebrities who have experienced paranormal act part 2. This is Joey King. She talks about how she was on the set of The Conjuring. She was getting a lot of bruises, so she went to go get checked, and then she got diagnosed with ITP, a blood thinning thing. And when she was done filming and she went home, it just mysteriously vanished, like it didn't exist anymore. Okay, so the second person on our list is Jim Carrey. He was on the set for Dumb and Dumber. They filmed it up at Estes Park, Colorado, at the Stanley Hotel. And they gave him room 217, and I'm not sure if for those of you that are not familiar, The Shining was based off of the Stanley Hotel at Estes Park, the Stephen King novel. And he stayed in the haunted room 217, and one day he came running out in the morning and started screaming that he didn't want to stay in the room. He didn't want to talk about it, but people believe that that is also his paranormal experience. They're upset up for now. Let me know who other celebrities. Alright, let's talk about this. While I understand that this has potentially been debunked, let's talk about the 7 things people will mistake for UFOs. The first one on our list is lightning. Yes, lightning. It's something to do with the lights that it creates and how it blends in with the clouds. People confuse that for a UFO. Then it's missiles because of the spiral lights. People mistake weird cloud formations for UFOs. Venus appears so bright in the sky that people think that's a UFO. Of course, other jet airplanes in the past have also been confused for UFOs. The kicker is military experiments have often been confused for UFOs. Obviously, I can see that one. But it's mostly happened in the 1950s. After everything done and said, why hasn't a blimp been confused for a UFO before? So everyone likes to talk about how The Simpsons predicts things, but I was actually browsing through the internet and I was reading about Johnny Bravo. You see, this Tumblr user posted a Johnny Bravo picture, and it's this picture here that got me also digging. They said that coincidentally, this episode aired 4 months before the 9/11 event. When you look at the poster, you kind of see the coming soon words, and you can't help but feel very eerie about that, considering the picture, the title, and yeah, I mean, just for food for thought. Maybe it's just pure coincidental. Maybe there's some conspiracy around it. I don't know. You guys get to decide. You tell me in the comment section what you think of this. Welcome to my layer of creepy, eerie, and weird comments that you guys leave me. One time, my friends and I went into a house that was for sale and we were playing hide and seek, and I went in one of the upstairs closet and I heard someone knock on the closet door. I immediately opened it and nobody was anywhere nearby. My 2 other friends were hiding in other rooms downstairs, and the person who was in the other room, I would have seen them walk out the door because I opened the door as I heard the knocking. For the most part, we think of the cycle of life of living, dying, and then rotting back into the earth. I know that sounds pretty morbid, but not for everyone. You see, there are bodies in history that refuse to rot. Incorruptible corpses are said to be saints, of spirit, or a corpse that has remained well intact but hasn't gone through a process of mummification, embalmment, all of those other techniques that they use to preserve bodies. And they also have to meet the criteria of having a very flexible texture to the body. Do you believe that these incorruptibles are saints or pure of spirit, and that's probably why they've been put well intact? Or do you think, or perhaps it's all just a hoax? You let me know in the comment section.